So about the show, I know you want to know about the show before you start watching it. You're like, oh, I'm not interested in the show yet. I don't even know what it is. It's a show about spies, first of all. Spoiler alert, there will be spies. Yeah. Before the Glory is, we got the name, Before the Glory, Zoe first wrote the script based on a game she would play with her sisters when she was in 5th grade, and it was called Super Spy Sisters. And then in middle school, she started kind of resurrecting it, and in 9th grade, we started writing on it together. Still mostly Zoe, and it was called Sister Spies. And then she decided she wanted to change the name. And I said, well, take a line from one of your songs and make it the name. And the theme song for Before the Glory is Walls, a Dark Royal song Zoe wrote. And one of the lines in the song is Before the Glory, something before the glory. I can't really remember it. And I said, how about Before the Glory? And Dimitri, I said that to Dimitri because he was talking to Zoe and I wasn't there, and he was asking me and Indy and everyone what we thought, because we wanted a lot of the cast input, and he suggested to her, so Before the Glory, and it stuck, And at this point, we can't really change it, because we've done a lot of, getting the word out there. But I like it. So, it's been around for a while, the show has. Zoe really resurrected it and made it something to be proud of. And it's a show about spies. 2 girls, Kate, her character, and Lorana, my character, were girls that lived in a town near Springfield, but not in Springfield. And they lived near each other, but they never met. Their parents, Kate's parents and Lorana's parents, all 4 of them, were spies. But Kate and Lorana did not know that. And their parents would get calls and leave on missions often, and they didn't know why. They had no clue, and they just eventually learned it was normal and went along with it. And one day, when they were 14, their parents left on a mission together because Kate's parents and Lorana's parents were partners and they always worked together. They went on a mission and they did not come back. And Kate and Lorana thought it was weird, but they were used to it by now. And they thought, well, eventually they'll come back, and they just kept living their lives like they usually did when their parents weren't there and they couldn't tell anyone. Because, that would be kind of a tip-off that they were spies if they told someone. And Kate and Lorana are not people to ask for help, especially Kate. Eventually, the girls got a call saying, pack up your stuff, you're going to move to Springfield. We're going to come pick you up. You're going to be moved to a new house. There's going to be a couple there that's going to take care of you. They're going to be your new parents. So Kate and Lorana packed their stuff, and they were picked up separate cars, and they both arrived there in Springfield, and that was the first time they met. They just kind of went along with it, not knowing what happened to their parents. They called the couple their mom and dad, and they themselves became like sisters. And there's a lot of mystery hanging in that. What happened to the parents? Why did they go along with it like that? All that stuff. And it's a lot of stuff that Kate and Lorana will ask questions about and will find out about as the show goes on. But they don't find out about that stuff at first because they're a little distracted from finding out about their past by what's happening in the present, which would be Tony. Tony's kind of the bad guy. Later he's the good guy, then he's the bad guy, then he's the good guy, then he's the bad guy. Then he goes back and forth. Tony, he does whatever gets him, whatever helps him out the most. Or whenever he's emotionally invested. So that's kind of how the show begins. Kate and Laurana don't know about spies, and then they're suddenly thrust into JSS. And it's a few days after the school has started. Everyone pretty much has met and is trying to get to know each other, and now they're there. And they have to learn about spies, like most freshmen there, because children are not told about spies until they become spies. They meet Tara there, their best friend, and a lot of stuff happens. Woo. I think I've given enough away, but it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of mystery that they have to figure out. It's a lot of action because there's a lot of threats on their life. A lot of life or death stuff happens. It's pretty intense. There is some romance, which kind of leads into the action because there gets to be a lot of love triangles, a lot of fights. And, you know, eventually the show gets more into ideals, what Kate and Laurana are fighting for now that they're not fighting old enemies or their old enemies are taken care of. It gets into what they're really fighting for, and that's just kind of how the show progresses. It gets really good. Laurana is, right off the bat does not like Kate. She and Kate clash in every way possible because Kate is a cheerleader. Kate's kind of stuck up in the way that she looks. She's very popular. She's always been popular. And Laurana is very kept to herself. She never had a lot of friends. She never had a boyfriend. No one was really interested in her. She kept to herself. She built stuff, and she kind of built up an anger against people like Kate. And it really shows. And, you know, it's not really fair to Kate. But Kate hated Laurana too, so it's okay. You know, they both have flaws. So it's what also helps the show be great. Because Kate and Laurana are the two main characters. And they both have flaws, as do all the other characters. So, yeah, Laurana, she's very angry at times. She's very emotional. She has a lot of passionate emotions. She is a science geek and, you know, keeps her nose in the books. Well, that's not all she does, you know. She fights for what she wants. She is firmly on the side of people that she loves. But when she feels she has been wronged, she will do what she wants. She is not afraid to get revenge. Not always good for Kate. And when someone has wronged her or someone she loves, like Kate, she is not afraid to tell them, not afraid to do something about it, and not afraid to use her mind to get them to do what she wants. But she is vulnerable at times when she does find guys she likes and when she does get close to Kate or her friends like Tara. She does get vulnerable, and that leads to some interesting Laurana scenes. So yeah, a lot of that. Bye.